Brace yourself as we go on a thrilling journey to uncover the dark side of Am I the A-hole stories that are filled with hidden secrets, lies, and deception. Prepare for an emotional roller coaster of emotions as I reveal jaw-dropping confessions straight from the depths of Reddit. Brace yourself for the uncomfortable truth that hides in the darkness of the shadows. Shocking family drama. Exposed, my wife's relatives play dirty for money. I want to get along with everyone, but my wife's extended family is full of some really bad people. They're perfectly nice to everyone to their faces, but have no sense of morals. They're the kind of people that think that scamming and stealing is a legitimate way to get ahead in the world and an accomplishment. For example, one of my wife's uncles chose gaming over working during his marriage, and when his wife divorced him for cheating on her, he won alimony and half of her money, which totaled over $500K. After he got it, he bragged, and everyone congratulated him on becoming financially stable. Yes, those kinds of degenerate people. Of course, my wife loves her family, so we see them frequently. I'm trying to raise my kids to have some decent morals, so I try to counteract the lessons they're learning from that side of the family whenever they visit them. The big news at Christmas was that one of my wife's cousins, Tara, and her husband just became homeowners for the first time this year. She and her husband are young, so there were questions about how they pulled this off. Well, her husband's grandma died. She'd left the house for all of her kids to split. But her husband's father is a lawyer. His dad figured out a loophole to take the entire house for only his son. He had him jump on it before the rest of the family even had a chance to know about it. He wanted to help out his son, so he paid the entire cost to make it happen as a wedding gift. This was a grade A douchebag move, to say the least. Reddit, am I the a-hole for telling my wife's family to never talk to me or my children ever again? Plato's Ghost. You have no obligation to support and enable evil people. You certainly don't have any reason to apologize to any for making certain your children understand the evil involved. And teaching your children lessons in morality is a very good thing.
Open Cricket 69. How is Tara specifically evil, though? She wasn't involved in any of this. She's mentally unstable to the point of hospitalization. What exactly was she supposed to do? Divorce her husband and check into a homeless shelter? That isn't realistic.
Suck Toes, 22. I do think her thing is a little different because she didn't know anything about what was happening until it was done. But I do blame her for using that to excuse herself from any responsibility while fully reaping the benefits as if it was the universe giving her a gift. Yes, she didn't steal the house herself, but that doesn't mean sit back and enjoy it as if it happened by magic, does it?
I Hate People, 1998. What you've described, I feel like they can very easily brainwash your wife, so you should look out for yourself. I just want to know, what was your wife's reaction in both situations? Uncle's divorce and her cousin's new house.
Suki's Toes, 22. She was a lot more disgusted by her uncle because he's overall a much worse person. Tara got more sympathy because she has been through a lot in her life, so even she is a lot more willing to give her a break, especially when she didn't directly do this.
I Hate People, 1998. Okay, then talk to your wife and stop talking to these people. Let your wife know that you don't have any problem with her talking to them, but you're not going to tolerate their behavior. They're not nice people, and you don't want any unnecessary drama in your life. Goddess of Spite. You say your wife loves her family, but how does she respond to the horrible behavior? Is she clapping and congratulating as well? Or is she also explaining to her kids that these people are morally reprehensible and not to be copied? If you want your kids to be decent people, you can't be fighting her. And then...
Historical Sir Agent 94. Be honest with yourself. Do you truly believe your wife shared your morals? Because it sounds like she makes a lot of excuses for her family and/or just takes the easy way out. Doing the right thing is sometimes hard, and it sometimes means you end up either less than you would have if you had done the wrong thing. Does your wife ever do the hard stuff? And is she really teaching your sons to be upstanding citizens? Or does she leave that all up to you? Who do you have designated as a guardian for your children in the event of your deaths? How ironclad is your will? If you don't currently have a trust set up with your kids as beneficiaries, a trusted person named to oversee the distribution of it, you may want to get that done. Imagine what would happen to your kids and any money you left them if someone like Tara and her husband ended up in custody after your death.
Rogue Storm 4. Okay, so think about this. You said in some situations you have to actually do something to go against things. Then think about your wife's reaction to these situations. Now think about if there were ever problems between the two of you. She won't even speak up now to say these things are inappropriate. She's passively supporting and condoning it.
Zombie Dinocorn. So either she says nothing before she approves, or she lets them think she approves by staying silent, because she doesn't want to stand up to them. Those are both major red flags.
Top Artichoke. Yikes. That's some scary value system your kids are being exposed to. I'm not sure how I would handle this, but I sure as hell would make sure my kids understood the difference between right and wrong. Do you have to spend time with them? Does your wife understand that they are sleazy, dishonest, and have a warped sense of what is morally just? Can you remove the kids once these conversations start? Do you dare openly challenge them every time they brag about their accomplishments? Maybe Tara's issues are in part due to her life of deception and lies.
Sucktoes 22. We would be on at least some holidays. I think my wife understands that they aren't good, but would rather just keep peace and not make arguments because they won't do anything like that to their family. I can start to. This is the first year they haven't been at the kids' table, so normally they're in another room and too distracted. They are 12 and 13.
Salty Songbird. Unless you want your children growing up to become usury assholes, this is a hill to die on. You need to have a conversation with your spouse about how you don't want her family's low morals spreading to your children. But do so calmly and give her a chance to explain her side without interruptions. Once she has, ask her to allow you to explain yourself in a similar fashion. Make sure to try and cite examples of situations you didn't agree with and how you are worried this will affect the growing perceptions of your children. Also, ask how she would feel if her family felt they could get ahead at your expense. Because if they think conning a family out of rightful inheritance is brilliant, then they probably wouldn't think twice about screwing you over for the sake of your spouse. If she fails to see any of your points, I'd make sure you have one hell of a lawyer you trust. As to the cousin's panic attack, not your problem. She better get used to people outside the family thinking she and her husband are scummy because they are.
In the end, we're left asking ourselves, who was the a-hole and who was not? Each person had their own reasons for their actions, and they probably thought they were doing the right thing. If you enjoyed this saga of secrets and scandals, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below.